good afternoon, and thank you for tuning in to my Literacy Through Art classes. Today I thought I would have a project in honor of the Black Lives Matter protests that have been going on this week. There have been a lot of protests going on across the country, protesting Black Lives Matter and the end of police brutality and the recent death of George Floyd. I'm sure many of you have heard about that. And since that there are a lot of protests going on, I thought that I would introduce a project to make your own sign that you could bring to a protest. Of course, during this time, a lot of people are trying to social distance, and a lot of people aren't protesting for that reason, which is totally fine, but I think that a project like this, even if you aren't protesting, is important because you can use creativity to spread an important message. So I thought that a lot of people bring signs to protests with them. I know that I'm going to protest this afternoon, and I'm going to bring the sign that I made, which I will show you in a second. But signs are a really great way to send an important message, especially when you're in crowds of people. You want your sign to stick out, and you can use creativity to do that. A lot of people draw the faces of people that they're honoring. They write famous quotes. They draw things. So signs are a really good way to share your message and share a message that's important. So I'm going to show you the sign that I made. This is my sign. It's a little bit big because you want people to be able to see it. But as you can see, I used cardboard and paper. I drew the resistance fist. I don't know how many of you are familiar with this, but it's a symbol of solidarity. It's a symbol of resistance, and this is it's a really powerful symbol for the Black Lives Matter movement. You'll see this in a lot of Black Lives Matter posters if you're protesting Black Lives Matter movements at all. You'll see this a lot. And Say Their Names has been a very popular message that a lot of Black Lives Matter protesters use because of all of the people that have been lost due to police brutality. And these are some of their names right here. I thought it was a nice way to honor the people that have been lost and remember them during this movement. So this is my sign. I am very proud of it. I just used paper. I drew out the fist. I cut it out and I glued it on here. And then this is just Sharpie. And you can use poster board if you have it. You can use cardboard because that's easier to hold up when you're walking. And you can use bright colors to make it pop. You can use Sharpies so it's easy to read. Try to make it big and bold so that people look at it. You want to catch people's attention so they pay attention to the message that you're trying to send. All you're really going to need is something to draw with and poster board or cardboard or whatever else you want to draw on. I suggest figuring out what kind of message you want to send first. Writing a simple Black Lives Matter on a poster is awesome. Whether you want to say their names or the fist like I just showed you, there are a lot of other symbols that you can use. If you Google Black Lives Matter protest signs, a lot of stuff will come up. People get really creative. I saw the other day that a little girl made her own sign and it said Donald Trump is weird. So you can send whatever kind of message you want to send. I just think it's really important in a time like this for you to make a sign that shows the support of things that's going on in this country right now. So get creative. If you want to draw, amazing. If you want to write, amazing. I saw a lot of people, I don't know if you're familiar with what's happened with George Floyd, but a lot of people drew pictures of George Floyd and wrote something on their signs and brought that to protests this week, which was really nice to see. I think it's very important to use your words and art to show support for Black Lives Matter protesters and the movement in general, especially right now. So I will post written instructions and a picture of this on the blog. I will link it in the description of this video. Again, try to get creative. A lot of people get creative with their signs, and it's so nice to see all the different signs out there and all the amazing things that people come up with. Again, if you need some inspiration, you can Google it. A lot of images will come up. So I hope you make it and make a sign, and I hope you share with us. Even if you're not protesting, you can share via social media or hang it up in your window or make a lawn sign out of it. I did a video a couple of weeks ago about do-it-yourself lawn signs, so you can check that out to see how to make just a piece of cardboard into a lawn sign. And again, even if you're not protesting, there are other ways to share and spread your message. So I hope you guys share with me what you make. I hope you share with others what you make, and I hope you enjoy, because I really enjoyed making this project. Thank you guys. Have a good afternoon.